Hello, everyone. Just want to make a very quick video. I've seen something that's been floating around on numerous different media sites and some tweets, and it's a misreporting of something I've said. And I want to be exceedingly clear about this because it's just fundamentally dishonest. From Crypto Basics, it says Cardano founder blames ADA users for DeFi woes. Our TVL would be 5 to 10 billion minimum. Cardano founder the network has highlighted his recent podcasts. He suggests the Cardano users are contributing to the struggles in the decentralized finance. Okay. I never once blamed anyone from the Cardano ecosystem for the DeFi woes. I pointed out, and I'm sorry, crypto media, that you guys are fucking retarded and you just want clickbait headlines, but I gotta point this out because it's not okay, it's not fair, and I will never allow this headline to propagate. You guys have to cut this the fuck out. There's not a single person in the Cardano ecosystem who I am blaming for our DeFi situation right now. I pointed out in a video that there is a mismatch between the people who participate in staking and governance and the people who participate in DeFi. And if there was proportionality there, if they participated on both sides, our TVL would be at least 5 to 10 billion. I'm not blaming them for not participating. Never once said it's their fault and they're bad people and they've done something wrong. And you, the crypto media, are being blatantly irresponsible by saying that I am. I never once said that. I said that there's a difference between one participation and the other participation. And there's a very good reason why I'm pointing this out. The people who are measuring things are asserting that Cardano has only 10 to 50,000 actual users when there's 1.3 million who are using staking. You can't say we only have 10,000 users in Cardano when there's 1.3 million users on the other side. For some reason, those users with their capital are not participating in DeFi. We as an ecosystem have to have a conversation. Why is that? It could be slippage, it could be fees, it could be user experience, it could be yields, it could be safety concerns, it could be education. There could be 150,000 different reasons for that. But we as an ecosystem have to have that discussion. But let me be very clear here. We have the users, we have the capital. The users and the capitals are not deploying to the other side of the aisle, to the TVL side, to the DeFi side. I am not blaming them for this. To assert that I'm blaming the users for this is materially wrong and factually wrong. In crypto media, you guys are scum if you say this stuff. The record has been corrected. I'm just pointing out there's a mismatch between users on one side and users on the other side. Cardano has a large population, a large wallet base, and a lot of users, as evidenced by the enormous level of participation in both governance and staking. We do not have a large amount of people participating in DeFi. There's a mismatch between those two sides. We have to get to the bottom of that mismatch as an ecosystem, and we have to create some corrective measures for 2026 to make it more appealing for people to go from A to B. Because that alone can get our TVL up $5 billion to $10 billion. If we do that, if we embrace that. That's the entire point of the statements. Not Cardano people have done something wrong and Cardano people are bad. And this is what happens in our crypto media. People say something very specific, very targeted, and then it gets misinterpreted, and then everybody judges you based upon the headlines and things broadcast out. And I'm not going to allow the crypto media to go ahead and put words in my mouth. I did not blame the Cardano ecosystem. I did not blame the Cardano users for anything. I was very careful, guarded, and specific in the things that I said. And if you continue to broadcast, you're lying to people. And I expect that from the crypto media because they are scum. They do lie. Everything's sensational. Everything's clickbait. But let me be very clear here, again, for the third time. There is a mismatch between the people participating in staking and governance, of which it's 7 figures, over 1 million people, and the people participating in DeFi. We as an ecosystem have to ask why that mismatch exists and how can we correct that mismatch as an ecosystem, as a 2026 governance agenda, and get some delegated authority funding and effort to correct that. But I'm not blaming the Cardano users for that mismatch. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm not saying that they did something wrong. It can be fees, it can be whatever. We don't know. And we have to get to the bottom of that and ask that question and dig in. I have my suspicions. I've been told by various people throughout the ecosystem their frustrations, but we as an ecosystem have to discuss it. It's decentralized and come up with one voice and one plan for how we're going to systematically chip away at it. And if we resolve that problem, that alone will put us in the top ranks of TVL, in the top 5 to top 10. That's my point. That's what I was saying. That's what needs to be reported, not this garbage from the crypto media.